I'll show you why you should never enter an apartment with more than 10 floors in Brookhaven. You should never do that in Brookhaven. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put up an apartment. I'm gonna go up to the top so I can put an apartment in the highest place. There are several apartments here, but I want to put up a 2-story apartment, which in this case is this apartment. Unfortunately, in order to get this apartment, you need a game pass, but I'm sure it's well worth it. Look how incredible it is. This apartment literally has 2 floors. That's really incredible. But I'm gonna show you why you should never enter an apartment with more than 10 floors. Yes, an apartment with more than 10 floors. And I'm going to show you how to put 10 floors in the apartment. And I'm also going to show you why you should never enter a 10-story apartment. But first, I have a challenge for you. The challenge is for you to like and subscribe to the channel in just 3 seconds. You need to do all this before I get to that army car. 3, 2, 1, go. Let me know if you succeeded in this incredible challenge. This apartment of mine only has 2 floors. I wish I could add at least 1 more floor. And I'm gonna show you how you can add 3 floors to this apartment. But I don't just want to add 3 floors. I really want to add more than 10 floors. And you'll need a friend. Now it's very easy. Just ask your friend to put up an apartment. Preferably a really big one, right? Perfect, he's already put up that apartment. Now I need a roommate. Perfect, I've already received a roommate. Now I have full access to this apartment. So now I have 3 floors. I have the first floor, the second floor, and the third floor. That's very, very amazing. But this is a normal apartment that anyone can get into, right? But I'm gonna show you why no one should ever enter a 10-story apartment in Brookhaven. But I think there's still room for me to add another floor. I currently have 3 floors in my apartment, but I want to add a 4th floor now. So now I just need to find the walls. Perfect, I found the walls. Now I just need to put the walls up in my apartment. I'm sure this will be a very difficult task to do, but I think it's going to be really amazing because I'm going to be the only apartment in Brookhaven to have 4 floors. That's something really, really exclusive. Perfect, I've put the walls up in my apartment. Now I have 4 floors. However, I'm going to create a room here in my apartment. I'm going to put up a wall here because I want to create a room. Perfect. So this will be the door to my room. Now I just need to find a prop for a bed and a computer. Perfect. I've already found the bed. I'll put the bed here. That way, I think it's perfect. I'll put the door here too. Woo, it's looking really good. And all that's missing is my computer, right? Because my room needs a computer. I'm going to put in this super awesome gaming computer. Whoa, it's amazing. My room in my apartment is ready. I think it's very, very nice. And there's still a lot of space, so I can fit a lot of stuff in here. But that's not enough. I really want to be able to add lots of floors. I want to add more than 10 floors because I won't be able to add more floors later because I can't put a wall on top of another wall. There's no way I can do that. There's no way I can put a roof on my apartment because I can put up several tents. That way, my apartment will have a roof, but I won't be able to put walls up here because what I want to do is put up more than 10 floors. And I'll show you right now. I've opened Roblox Studio, and here I can completely modify the map of Brookhaven. Look at that. I've managed to add 10 floors to my apartment. It looks very, very nice. However, there are some very important details missing. For example, inside my apartment, there is literally nothing. There's no floor. So I need to fix that. For example, this block is completely buggy. I'm going to increase its size like this to make it perfect. Woo! Look at that. I fixed the first problem with my apartment. Now I need to put things inside this apartment. In this case, I need to furnish it, but I'm not going to furnish it in the normal way. I'm going to put some very cool and very scary things in it so that no one will ever enter this apartment. And I'm going to do it right now. The first thing I need to do is lay the floor. I think that if I enlarge this white block, it will solve this problem. No, it didn't really work because outside the apartment it's too buggy. So I don't think I can enlarge this block. I'm going to furnish my apartment and make it super scary. I'm going to do that right now. Perfect, I finished my 10-story apartment and now I'm really looking forward to testing out my Brookhaven. Look, this is just a spoiler of my apartment. There are more than 10 floors to show you. And I'm going to show you why you should never enter an apartment with more floors. Perfect, I've just entered my Brookhaven and I'm going to test it out. This 10-story apartment of mine is really, really amazing. I really want to test my apartment. Perfect, I'm going into my apartment right now. Now that I've realized it, this Brookhaven I'm in has the Easter update. Look how cool that is. Very, very amazing, right? But now I'm going to enter this apartment. The first door is the market door, right? I haven't changed anything here in the market. It's completely the same as the original Brookhaven. But if I go up this staircase, this is where the first apartment begins. Look how nice it is. I've put a lot of furniture in here. Completely normal. I put this fireplace in too. I've put in this bed. This bed looks like the Minecraft bed. This bed is very, very similar to the Minecraft bed. Very nice. I've also put in this television that doesn't work and this very comfortable sofa. There's also a dining table. The only thing missing from this apartment is a kitchen, and there's also this computer. There are some buttons here, but I'm pressing them and nothing is happening. I think it would probably open the drawer when I press that button, right? But there's also this super giant computer. This computer is very big, but now I'm going to access the second floor of this apartment, which is upstairs. I just need to climb this ladder, and that's it. Or I can go up this other staircase. That way, I can access the second floor. The second floor doesn't have much. I've only put in a few pieces of furniture. It's just this giant bed, this armchair, and this sofa. This sofa is very small. I've also put in this dressing table. It has a very large mirror, but I think it's too big because look at my size compared to this table. Literally, the table is almost my size. It's very, very big. And this other table is also very big. I can literally get under the table. I don't think that makes much sense. Now, accessing the third floor of the apartment is different for me because there are no stairs here. I can't climb anymore. That's why I put this ladder here. I can climb up this ladder. And in the third apartment, there's nothing. There's literally nothing in the third apartment. There's nothing in the fourth apartment either. It's even got this bug here that I can literally go down to the third floor. And in the fifth apartment, there's literally nothing either. There's also nothing in the sixth, nothing in the seventh. In the eighth, it's a bit different because look at the roof. It's completely rusted. That's very strange, isn't it? Because the roof is completely rusted. And that's why I'm going to access the top floor, which is literally the 10th floor, the scariest floor in this apartment. I'm going to enter the 10th floor of this apartment right now. And for me to access the 10th floor, it's the same way. I just have to go up this staircase. Look at this. How strange. There are literally a few signs warning me not to cross, but I'm going to overtake anyway. I'm going to cross these danger strips. I'm going to press this button to find out if it really works. Will I be able to cut it? No. It literally hasn't been removed. Look at that. The 10th floor of this apartment is very scary. What's that? There's a spider here. I'm really scared of spiders. Look at this. The 10th floor is literally Halloween stuff. There's also this speaker playing music. There's also this super scary bed. I'm really scared of this apartment. And I also put these squirrels because I thought it was so cute. That's not scary. It's because I thought it was cute. Since the whole apartment is scary, I put these squirrels in to make this apartment a bit cute. And I also put in this bed, which is completely rusty, all messed up and very scary. And this is literally the scariest floor in Brookhaven because the floor is completely rusted. There's this bed that's really scary, and that bed is also very old. This was supposed to be the sofa, but it's been completely destroyed by this spider. This spider is to blame for everything. It destroyed the sofa. And there's also this very scary Halloween skeleton. I'm really scared of this apartment. That's why I don't want to stay here anymore. And on this floor, the apartment ends. I can't go upstairs anymore. But if I leave my apartment, everything looks normal. Looking from the outside, the 10th floor is completely normal. However, if you enter it, there's this super dark secret. And you should never enter this floor at Brookhaven. And there's also a way for me to go higher. For me to theoretically go to the 11th floor of my apartment, which is through these stairs. I can use these stairs that are outside for me to go up to the top of my apartment, which is literally the penthouse. Look how cool. I'm in the highest part of my apartment. Look at my size compared to this apartment. This apartment is really very, very big. It's giant. And it also has this very dark secret that no one should enter that floor. It's very dangerous. I went back to the real Brookhaven because I was very scared of that Brookhaven that I made because it was very scary. And the real Brookhaven is very cute and very cool. So that's why I went back to the real Brookhaven. If you like this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll like it. Bye.